Hey Guff Gang, and welcome back to another video. This time, as you can see, we are going into the realms of Frostpunk, and this time we are going to do one of the DLCs. This is paid extra content above and beyond the base game. I've just pressed escape to skip the startup menu there, so we're going to select scenario, and we're going to come back to last autumn, which is the next one in the line of the story, but isn't really linked to the other four. So we're going to go on to On the Edge, and as per previous, I play this game for stress relief as an in-between game to playing Path of Exile. So I always put it on easy. I have not completed this one on medium. I haven't attempted it on medium yet, so that's a challenge for me to do at some point. I'm pretty sure this one has a cinematic intro, so let's hit start, wait for the load screen. I'm pretty sure it does have an intro. Got my water on hand. I'm going to try and make this video in one cut, but if it goes over 2 hours I'll split it up. There's the intro.
They say the snow is dead, but we've learned to the contrary. Snow is ever-changing, unstable, restless. We survived the great storm. It took away a lot from us. Still, it gave us something in return. Tempestuous winds brought relics of the past to light, ones that can bring hope for the future. Our assignment was simple: arrive at the site, build a reliable camp, and create a stable chain of supply. In return, we'd get food and necessities. A square deal. But deals have this peculiar quality. Just like the snow, they tend to change.
There we have it. That's our cinematic intro. And let's read. We are the outpost team. The Great Storm has uncovered an underground army warehouse from times before the evacuation. New London sent us here to build an outpost and gather any resources we find. We must rely on New London for food. There are no animals to hunt here, and the ground is solid rock. Thankfully, the weather is fine for now, so we should survive without the generator until we have other ways of heating. Let's get to work. Just like the other scenarios, I'm not going to be reading everything in this game. Feel free to slow down or even pause the video if you want to read stuff. I should have enough time to allow you to read stuff as it comes up. I believe this has a written intro, and I've been a bit too fast on the pause. We will find out. Yep, there it is. So there's the first task up on the screen. We click OK and pause. Okay, so this is our camp here. We've got some wood and steel and coal on the floor. Well, first of all, and that's our aim there, is to get to this warehouse. So we put 15 workers on that steel, another 15 here, 15 here, and then we build a cookhouse. Cookhouse goes over here. We build our workshop, and that gets built here. We then dismantle street, all of this road or path or street, whatever you want to call it, around the supply area. Now we've got 20 left. We need 5 in the cookhouse, 5 in the 5 engineers in the workshop, 5 engineers in the cookhouse. That leaves us 5 engineers and 5 workers. We don't have enough work. I've done this wrong. It's the workshop we leave and we build the scouts first. That's the way to do it. I apologise. Off to the frozen den. And now we wait for wood to come in. Whilst we're waiting for wood, we put... No, we don't do anything. Right, wait for the wood. There's the wood. That should give us enough. Oh no, 15. There it is. Now we can build the workshop. That goes here. That's it. As soon as it's built, pause and throw your 5 engineers in there to start turning that raw food into actual food. Get the workshop up and running, and we're off for faster gathering. Now the other 5 engineers, now you've built those 2, the other 5 engineers sit in one of these wood crates. Get in touch with London. There's the writing. We don't do anything yet. The food has been, the raw food has been turned into meals by the little symbol above the cookhouse. We immediately take out those 5 engineers and put them with the other 5 in that wood pile. As you can see at the moment, our law system is locked out. Faster gathering is received. Now if you've got more than an hour left, which you should have if you've done it right and not delayed like I did, you can take the 5 engineers out of here and put them in the wooden ruins. We don't. We've only got about 20 minutes left of the work day, so there is no point. There's the alarm, and we didn't finish clearing the steel wreckage. It's a bit 50-50 whether you do. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. There's the notification. We provide shelter for everyone, and pause. At this point we go in, we go over here, we select tents, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we go in and build a road around the back of those tents, down and around the back of those tents. That's it. We've got 36 left, which should just be enough to build this administration facility, and that sits here. That's not okay. Maybe it doesn't. Don't have enough build to build the transport depot. We are forward short. Can we get some from anywhere? Maybe. Can we get 4 from here? No. We could, but then it doesn't link up. We'll leave it. We'll have to leave it. I really messed up the beginning of this scenario, so my bad. Shelter promised, and there we go. It all comes down to how quickly you can get that tech done, really. Frozen den, there's the write-up, no resources, and we've discovered a crumbling hut, which we now go to. We're going to build a medical post and take our 5 engineers out of here, put them in the medical post because our ill are getting up. There we go. There's a new day. The steel wreckage has been cleared, so immediately we build a street from this end road to the warehouse. That's it, and then next we need to wait for enough wood to build the transport depot. There it is. So we build that in its prized place. Bang. Wait for more wood. There it is, and hopefully we build the administration. Now we can build the administration building here. I don't know why it doesn't let you build it beforehand. without it coming up with saying blocked. It's a bit weird, but there we go. Okay, so we put 15 workers on this wood pile here, we put 15 workers on this wood pile here, and the other 15 workers go on that steel there. And now we're waiting for 50 wood. There it is, drawing boards in the tech shop. Okay, there's the big write-up. I understand. Another write-up. Okay, that's the end of the day. We now have to build another tent here. And have we got enough wood? Yes, there we go. Our scouts have got to the crumbling hut, so we explore and escort the survivors to our outpost. Again, play the waiting game. Just keeping it at speed 3. Our children have arrived and we'll do our best. So we need, the first thing we need to do is build another tent. There's the 10 wood, so we pause and stick another tent on the end of the row here and path it. Oh, I'm out of wood again. Wait for wood, then path. There we go. Now waiting for 25 wood. There it is, to build another medical post. There's a write-up. That's our drawing boards done. Now we create medical post upgrade. Oh, another notification. There's a write-up. I understand. If every time that thing comes up, I'm pressing the one to get through it as quickly as possible. If you want to have a tinker around and use the other option, which is talking to them, that is absolutely fine. You do what you want to do. There we go. We now have more workers, so we can throw all of the workers into the army warehouse. We've got some more engineers, so they can go in there. The workers can go in here, and those engineers will go in the new medical post we're just creating. As for our scouts, they go down to the collapsed building. And we also need to build at least 4 new homes, so we'll just wait and pause. Right. Oh, I built a tent there. Now it's supposed to be a medical post. Oh, come on. Oh, medical post we want there. Now we need to build 4 tents. 1, 2, down the gap, 3, 4. There we go. Right, pause. At this juncture, we need to hit emergency shift on our warehouse to generate the steel overnight. So we'll do. Our discontent is ridiculously high. Now we've got a lot of spare people. We come over here and we just start putting them on the wood. There we go. Oops, I forgot to save 5 engineers for the medical post. I'm not feeling too great today. The clocks have changed here in the United Kingdom, so we lost an hour's sleep overnight, and I am really feeling it. So now we've got our steel, quite a lot of steel, which is fine. We'll just wait for that to end. So we've got to the collapsed building. There's the write-up. They found some wood. We take the wood and we go to the next area they found, which is a stone wall. There's the sound for the normal work hour. Medical post upgrade has been done. Go into resources, find hand carts, which is the output for the warehouse. Wood crates depleted, which is fine. It gives us 30 workers, so they just go into these over here. If in doubt, you can always click on economy, find the wood, click the status, and then just go to building and put them in there. It's your choice which way around you do it. We've got the hand carts done, so from hand carts we go to heating and get the heaters up and running. Wood ruins depleted, so I'll just show you, hit the status. Okay, there it is. Put them in there. Off we go. Wait for the 24-hour period to end and then switch over to steam cores. The reason we wait for the end is because, as you've seen there's a little switch over period. So we just need to wait for the building to finish working before we do the switch over. The scouts have made it to the stone wall, so we explore, we take the resources, and we head back to our outpost. And speed 3. If you want to play the game on a slower pace, you can do. It's you can either use your mouse to select, or on your keyboard 1, 2, and 3. I'm not sure if you've got a numerical keyboard. That's the numbers on the right hand side. It doesn't work. It does other things. Right, so what we need to do now is we're waiting to get 2 steam cores out of the warehouse. So we've done heaters and now onto drafting machines. And as soon as once we've done that, we put the heating on in the army warehouse. We've got the wood ruins have depleted. Have we got any more wood? Yep, one more pile of wood. 15 in there. Notification. Again, this is the screen I was talking about earlier. Every time this comes up, you can have a chat to them, or if you just want to get through the scenario as quickly as possible, you just start clicking understand. Extended shift edict, that's a new law. See, at the moment we don't have control over the laws that our society is choosing. London are choosing it for us. Now all the wood is being collected, although this one's only half staff. We move to steel, status, find the building and put the workers in that steel. Right, wood ruins are completed. Now we move on to coal. We put the workers on the coal pile and we leave everyone else alone. They just they're doing nothing at the moment. We've got more wood and steel come in, which is fine. We go to our scouts, and from there we go up to remnants of a building, and off we go. First mission shipment is ready. There's the write-up. Essentially this means now we get to use our administration building we built earlier. We click on that and we click send. Badoom, off it goes. Another screen, again, as I said, your choice. Have a look around, we have to talk or understand to get through it quickly. More big writing. Go. We've just completed our drafting machine, so we go to resources and freight elevators, again increasing the output of our warehouse. What we do now, as we've still got quite a lot of steel, we wait for the emergency shift to come off. And we do nothing. We wait until we've gone to 2100 hours and then instigate the extended shift. And now we hit the wait period again. Excuse me. London has received the supplies we sent, so that's good. Now they're sending us more food. Scouts have reached the building. There's the write-up. Found some wood and steel. Explore. Found 2 new areas. Take resources, and we go up to the Forgotten Fishery first. Wood ruins depleted, that's fine. We then got enough workers to put on that level of coal. Again, you could just go to economy, click on coal, go to building and staff it that way. We got less food and a write-up. I see. More words. I understand. There's our 2 steel cores, so we send them off to London again. Every time we send it off to London, it's 100 steel and 2 steam cores. We've researched our freight elevators, so the next thing is we need to do infirmaries. So we still need 2 steam cores. Again, we are just waiting. At this point, I just make sure that there's no other resources to collect or no other places to put people. Cookhouse has got stuff. That's got 5 and 5, and we've got 7 spaces. Yep. So we are just waiting for overnight processing. As I've said in previous videos, sometimes this game is literally just about waiting. Okay, so they've got our second shipment and now they're sending food. At this point I'm aware the heating's going to drop, so I turn the heating on in the cookhouse. They've eaten the forgotten fishery, they found some raw food and wood with some write-up. We explore, they found the observatory ruins. Take the resources and we go over to Nansen's Storm Watch. Back to the city. As soon as we've got our 2 steam cores, and this is the only time I do it, switch midday to steel. Now we've just invented infirmaries or hospitals. We go to exploration and industry and get some more scouts. Now we can build the hospitals. The first thing we do is to dismantle the 2 medical posts. Pause. We build a new tent here, and behind that tent we build 2 infirmaries. 1, 2, which is why we switched over to steel midday. So got an extra housing. There goes the hospital, in goes the engineers, and in go the engineers. Pause. At this point, now we've got the 2 hospitals, I take out the 5 engineers in the cookhouse, put in 5 workers, and put the other engineers in here. We've also just invented more scouts, which is fine, so we can then move on to the sawmill. They're closed now, so they're not going to be doing any more inventing, but it does mean we've got more scouts, which we can now do nothing with. We just wait again. Now we're getting close to the top of the steel. We again switch at night time back to steam cores. You'll have to do this more or less every day. Is you're balancing the amount of steel you need to the amount of steam cores you need, and it is a game breaking decision. I've also just noted we're getting up to our max number of coal, so I'm quickly going to build a resource depot. We build them along this path just to keep them out of the way of other buildings. The scouts have just reached Nansen's Stormwatch. We got some write-up and we found some survivors to explore. So we've discovered the windy beach with a write-up, and we escort the survivors to our outpost. 30 survivors in total. So we go back to our city, we check our economy, we go to our tents and find out how many people we can actually house. 4, 8, 10, 17, 20, so we need 2 more tents. Considering we've got 13 people available at the moment to do some building, we'll wait for the resource depot to be finished, click on the coal, and then build our 2 tents, and then we just follow the line around what we've already got. One. There's a sawmill. After the sawmill, we go for sawmill upgrade straight away, but we do build a sawmill in the middle of the day. Excuse me. So it covers all of that group of trees there. It doesn't have to be next to a street. It's fine. You can't get these trees. It is just this group here. And make sure we don't have that building here will destroy resources. Got to make sure we get it in the right place. That's it. And then we build our street. Just coming up there. That's it. There we go. And then that'll be built. We no longer send anything to London. We have sent 2 shipments. The reason we don't send anything else to London is for future gameplay reasons. Pause as soon as the sawmill is built and throw in 10 workers. Just get some in there quickly if you pause. Coal pile depleted. Right, okay. So now we've got no resources we can gather other than from the warehouse. We'll just deal with this notification. There's the write-up. Understood. Change from steam cores back to steel. Back on the high speed. Just grab a drink. Another notification. There we go. Let's hope so. Find a suitable food source on Frostland. So this is when we build our other workers. And we send them to the yellow dot. Natural terrace. Our scouts will come back with all the resources and the people. We click OK. We click on the scouts and we send them over to the windy beach. It'll keep coming up saying shipment ready for London. As long as you've got over 100 steel and more than 2 steam cores, it'll continue to say that. You're just going to have to ignore it, unfortunately. It's for future gameplay reasons. The heating has raised. As you can see, the temperature in the world has gone up. We only turn the heating off in the cookhouse. We always leave the heating on in the army warehouse. That just stays on throughout the game. Right, we've got the sawmill upgrade, and now we're on to lighter scout sleds. There we go. And we build another resource depot just opposite the last one for our steel. More write-up. I understand. Hopefully this will be built before we actually run out of steel space. Come on, we've got 58 people doing nothing. Go and build the... Thank you. Oh, that does irritate me sometimes. Right, light scout sleds have been built. We then move on to bunkhouse. And steel. Right, wait for it to be closed, switch over to steam cores. Once that's switched done, we can now start building. Oh, we haven't quite invented it. I'm a day early. Oh well, that's okay. I thought we'd already invented the bunkhouses, but not quite there yet. Natural terrace, no resources, explore, leads us to the Secluded Valley. Carry on, we move to the Secluded Valley. Our cookhouse is now too cold, so again we just turn the heating back on again. We do that to save a tiny amount of cold at this early stage of the game. Our scouts have reached the windy beach. There's a write-up. Explore. No resources, but it has found 2 new areas. Carry on. First of all, we go to the Shattered Dreadnought. Actually, you have an option here. You can go... If you remember from the original scenario we did, A New Home, that also had a Tesla City. When you go to the Tesla city, it gives you an option to either investigate it or to leave it alone. If you investigate it, there's a 50-50 chance that your scouts survive or they die. You've got an option here. You can either send your scouts straight to the Tesla city, investigate it, and have a chance that they die, and then have to build another scout group and then send them out again. Or you can do what I'm doing in this video, which is to send them to the Shattered Dreadnought, and then from the Shattered Dreadnought we go to the Tesla city and don't investigate it. It means we don't get the valuable resources that it holds, but we have no chance of losing our scouts, which in this scenario, people power is quite a limited, for want of a better term, resource. So if you send them to the Tesla city first and they die, you may have a harder time of it in future gameplay. It is completely your choice which way you do it. You can either follow the guide I'm doing here, go to Shattered Dreadnought, and then you'll see what happens at Tesla City, or go to Tesla City, take your chances, and then they'll either survive and get a ton of resources, or the scouts will die. You'll have to spend 40 wood and 5 more people and redo this section. That is an option. I don't recommend going to Tesla City and investigating it, but it is an option. Now we've invented the bunkhouse, and we go to heating and we go to braziers. The scouts have reached the Secluded Valley, and we found some wood. Explore. It's discovered hot springs. We take the wood and we go to hot springs. We'll also start to rank up hungry people because we have no food at the moment. Braziers have done. We now move on to efficient burners. We're waiting for the army warehouse to be closed. Oh, the scouts reach the Shattered Dreadnought and pick up a little bit of steel and wood with the write-up. Now we go to Tesla City. Right. The warehouse should now be closed. We switch over to steel. While that's switching over, we can now build our bunkhouses. You've got to be quite careful because you've only got limited wood and steel at the moment, so we'll build the ones furthest away. Whoops, misclick. Actually, no, we're alright. Right, you don't want to go too far below 50 wood. That's your benchmark at the moment. So we'll build those houses, which makes people unhappy at the moment because they're cold. The scouts have reached hot springs with raw food. We'll explore. Ah, ha, ha! A gift of life. Amazingly, people live here, and not only do they grow their own food, but they're willing to share it. This enclave of life, clinging to a few hot springs, was settled after the Great Storm by people from a town which survived with the help of another city. Kudos. This could be, and this is my theory only, this could be from the previous scenario, Winterhome, and this could be what was in that scenario called New Manchester. They set up the hothouses here and planted the seeds, as they say, to pass the gift of life. They gave us some food as a goodwill gesture and are eager to trade more in exchange for their help of expanding their settlement. Terrific! And we get some raw food. Right, so now we've got a little bit of an indication up here. First of all, we click on our workers and send them back to our outpost. Then we click on here and we have a write-up. We click OK. We click on the transport depot, which is this area. Oh, we are 1 wood short. Alright, cancel that upgrade. I knew there was a reason for 50 wood. I thought 49 was enough. I didn't realise it was exactly. I didn't remember it was exactly 50 wood. So we build that, and then we send a construction team down to Hot Springs. Right, again the temperatures come up, so we turn the heating off in the cookhouse. Yeah, that is on still. I just wanted to make sure. Right, that's got our efficient burners. The next is mechanical calculators, which sometimes you're not going to have enough wood for. So you're just going to have to wait a little while to get the 100 wood. Right, now before you do anything with the mechanical calculators, as you can see here, the sawmill has run out of wood. So we dismantle the building. We dismantle that tiny piece of street we built there. And then you've got to build another sawmill over here with this vast amount of trees are. Again, you want to get it as close as possible. As you can see, white means they're not, green means they are included, but you cannot destroy any of the resources. You've got to be so careful. I think our best option at the moment is to build it there, so we'll plonk it down there. We will build a road to it, and now we're below the 100 wood we need. Click on the Tesla City. See, as I said, you could get some steel, some wood, and food rations potentially. You click explore. There's a write-up. You can search a place for resources, and that'll give you quite sizable amounts of valuable resources, but there's a chance the scouts will die. So if you send them there first, you could pick up those resources, or your scouts die. If they die, you are then going to have to build another set of scouts and use 40 wood, and then send them to the Shattered Dreadnought to pick up those resources, and then go to the next area, which is Mirror Lake. If, like me, you don't want to risk your scouts, you just leave the place in safety, and that's fine. And then you go to Mirror Lake in safety with the already gathered food and the steel and wood we got from the Shattered Dreadnought. You're also not wasting the time of travelling back out again. You could potentially save. I've never done this actually in the videos. There is an option to save the game. You don't have to do full playthroughs. I just prefer to do full playthroughs. So what you could do before you get to Tesla City is you could save the game, go to Tesla City, see if the scouts die. If they don't die, fine. If they do die, you can reload the save, then go to Tesla City and leave the place and just leave it. It doesn't change. It's not random every time you load the game. It is set at the start of the scenario. I found that out with lots of testing. People are hungry. Okay, we will feed them. Give them 3 days to feed 18 people. Well, that's fine, because in a certain amount of time we'll have the scouts. I was going to say, our construction crew has reached Hot Springs. You only have one option, which is build a trading post. You lose those 10 workers. That's it, they're gone. Which is why I said you've got a limited amount of people in this game. Bang. Done. We have built the trade post. There is the write-up. We click OK. Hot Springs, again, write-up. You can do talk, and I just click that's great. We've got to go over here. Switch back to steel cores. And then, oops. Scouts have returned. Put 10 workers in there, get that working. This now waits. They just stay at the outpost waiting. We go back to the city and we start with our mechanical calculators. The reason, even though they're not going to be able to do it because it works closed, then at least we've reserved that wood and steel for the that research. Right, so there's the write-up. We found a victim's colony. I never said that word properly. Colony. There we go. Slow down a bit, Gav. And now off they go. We still have 43 people. Wow, it's going to go up. Oh, there we go. Just put the heating back on the cookhouse again. Notification from New London. This is outrageous. Cinematic. People had enough. People are rioting. They refuse to follow orders from New London. No more masters, chants the mob. Enough is enough. A miner waves her mattock in the air. Bloody bastards, she shouts. They treat us like dirt, abuse our kids, and now they want us to give up our only hope for survival? No way. People have dragged the office workers from the outpost administration to kick them out of the outpost as they stand. Should we intervene to let the clerks prepare for the journey to New London? This particular decision has no bearing on the scenario. Many scenarios played, mass amounts of testing. This decision right here has no effect on this scenario. It's entirely your choice and personal preference which one you choose. I believe there's some more pop-ups in a minute, which is why I've left it on 1. Just wait for them to process. Or am I wrong? Oh, phone notification going. Yep, there's it is. There it is. Write up and our answer. There we go. We lose the notification there to send steel and steam cores to London. I'm going to speed it up. There's the next one. Seek help in Frostland. I see. Loads of new quests come up. So now we click on our workers, our scouts, sorry, and as you can see, we have 2 new areas: Ice Caverns and High Pass. We go to High Pass and immediately we create... Oh no! If we had the wood. Right, we've got to wait for that wood. More notifications. Okay. There's the wood. Create a construction team and send them after the scouts. We're out of wood. That's fine. We've got our sawmill down here. It will create enough wood. Right. Now we can ask Hot Springs for help. So we go into the administration building. We come down to the community. Oh, right, because that's New London. That's New London. Click on the right one, like Hot Springs. Click Communicate. Help against New London. We will think about it. You've got options there. I always go never mind and farewell. They want resources. Now, normally my wood management is a lot better than this, and I can able to send at least 1. The idea is with Hot Springs, you send them these materials or whatever they're asking for, and they send you for wood. As it states up here, trade resources for food. We don't do this one at the moment. That is a repeatable quest. We want to be concentrating on these ones. Boom. It doesn't matter which one you do. As soon as you get enough wood, hit it. Scouts have made the thing. They have found more survivors. Offer them our escort to our outpost. I've never even thought about leaving the place. I've not even read this before. I've always just escorted them back to our outpost. And you get a write-up there. And hopefully, yeah, we've got 27 people. I have played this scenario countless times. On one occasion, I got no people from there. If that happens, restart the scenario from the beginning. It is even set on easy difficult without getting at least 20 people from that colony. It is so very hard, nigh impossible, to complete this scenario without those extra people. Of course, there's probably other ways to complete this scenario different to mine, but that's up to you whether you want to try and either try it out yourself or find another content creator that has got a guide that will assist you. At this juncture, I set the sawmill on what's it? Are we free with a write-up? This basically says, do you want to rename your thing? There we go. You can either take the default one, it cycles through a couple of hundred, or you can just click in the box and type it yourself. I'm just going to do that. Now we are in control of our lore system. Huzzah! What we're going to do is go into adaptation, and we on this one we always choose corpse disposal for the snow pit, and we build, not the braziers, the snow pit right over here out of the way. Now we're just waiting for some wood from our sawmill. Snow pit established. Awesome. Someone has died from the overwork, which is fine because we've got our snow pit. We must make sacrifices, and we put people in there. There we go. We should have enough. Right, there we go. Now we save up the wood for our next research, which is difference engine, and we need 125, and we've got to switch our warehouse back over to steel. A shipment has reached Hot Wings, and now we've got food coming in quite regularly from Hot Springs. How much was difference engine? 125. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, high pass. Nothing to do because you need scouts there first, which is fine. There's 125. We build the difference engine, and off we go again. Hot Springs. You can play this scenario however you like, really. You can experiment with it and see what decisions come, but ultimately what you need to do is make friends with Hot Springs. So every time you get one of these options, you need to make sure it comes up saying Hot Springs will be pleased, and not Hot Springs will be displeased. I've never played displeased, or I've always gone pleased. If you want to experiment with displeased, have a go at it. I play this for stress relief. I don't want this to make it any more complicated than it is. If you do go down the displeased route, let me know in the comments how you get on and what happens. I'll be interested to know. Right, our scouts have now reached the high pass. We explore, we find nothing, and we found the next area, so we go carry on and go down there, and we send the construction crew after them. We have our new law. After we get snow pit, we then go organ transplants to help sick recover faster. That is why we always go snow pit in this scenario, for the extra recovery of our ill. That's for future gameplay processes. So now these the scouts have come back from that little trek. We head over to the observatory ruins. We also need to build another. We go straight into using a bunkhouse, but we have to leave a space there. But have we got some extra resources? We should have enough. Yep, there we go. Upgrade all the tents into bunkhouses. It does put us really low on wood, but as you can see, it's coming up quite quickly. So check here. Now, if this number is less than 100, you need to dismantle the sawmill and replace it. All right. Construction team get there before our scouts do. There's our scouts. They get there. Ooh, we found some steel. Explore. Shipwrecked Camp and Frozen Sea. We take the steel. We head to Shipwrecked Camp, and we send the construction crew as well. We've also got more stuff to send to, whoops, the Hungry Fed, thank you, to things, so we send the pumps renovation and the helping hands level 2. Temperature comes up. Hopefully we'll leave some discontent. There we go. That'll come way down now. There's the difference entering, and then we go straight into resources and straddle carriers for more efficiency in the army warehouse. They've reached Shipwrecked Camp before the scouts again. Another decision from Hot Springs. Again, displeased is not good. Pleased will be fine. Discontent will rise a little bit. Can't do much about that. Scouts find Shipwrecked Camp with a write-up. And here we go. No kings, only men. Convicts were widely used on Frostland to build generators, deceived by false promises of amnesty and return home. Most of them worked to death, carried on prison ships from one construction site to another. Some of them have rebelled, and those we meet here were successful. They killed their guards, took over the ship, and set upon their own settlement away from London's power. The hull of the ship, heated by steam boilers, protected them from the great storm. Hearing that we too have rebelled against our masters, they seem to warm up to us. That's great news. Right, so the scout group then go to the frozen sea, and the construction crew, which are already there, can build a trading post straight away, which is why we've been following the scout group with our construction crew. So we click on the communication screen after the notification. Here we go. Thanks to training group you've built, we can help each other. That's great. Click on Shipwrecked Camp, and as you can see, they want wood. They want our steel for wood, and this is now the camp we will prioritize. More hot springs again. I always go for pleased. There we go. At this point now, we don't change the warehouse over. We've opened up 2 new opportunities for trading, so we must have the steel. Check. There we go. 81. Pause the game. Dismantle the Sawmill. Find the scouts. Explore. They find nothing. They've got a ghost ship. Go down to the ghost ship. Build another sawmill. Again, trying to get most amount of trees as possible without destroying any. So that's going to be there. Build a road, street, path, whatever you want to call it. There we go. Whoa, pause game. Hot Springs. This would benefit everyone. Come over to Hot Springs. We do build the safe depot upgrade, but that is it. We don't do any more with Hot Springs now. Explore, take the resources, go to the goods station. Our new law is coming up shortly. There it is. We are now on fighting arena, and we've just got enough wood to build 2, so 1 fits up here like that, and the other one, oh, it's 15 wood. I always thought it was 10 for some reason. So we connect that. If you've got enough wood, you build another one here. I'll show you that when we get enough wood. We might get enough wood when they fighting are built. Yep, there we go. We've just had a delivery from Shipwrecked Camp, so now we have plenty of wood, and this should cover. Yeah, there you go. That's why we leave the space. Boom. So now everyone has got the what's it, so we get a notification Shipwrecked Camp. Just like Hot Springs, we want to keep them happy, so we always choose the please section. Keep them happy, keeps the trading going through. 59 people available, and none of them could be bothered to dismantle and build the blooming what's it. Even though we've got Shipwrecked Camp open, we still need to clear these trees to give us enough wood for later gameplay. Straddle carriers have just been completed, so now we're over to heating and advanced burners. Hot springs. Displeased, pleased. Drill the borehole. Check our thing. We don't do anything with hot springs. Check Shipwrecked Camp. Yep, go. Woman in despair. Make an exception and bury him. Discontent will rise slightly. I did what not to do. At this juncture, we want to keep our hope as high as we can. Discontent can rise and fall, so we just make it rise a little bit, which didn't, which is fantastic. Right, we found the ghost ship. I always take the resources. Because of the lack of food in the game, I don't know what happens if you leave the resources. I can't see much happens if you take them. If you take them, you get food. It doesn't seem to be any reason not to. This scout group is literally going to each new location, taking whatever's there, and going on. That's all it's doing. Right, our resources are now starting to get a little bit high, so we need to think about building 2 more resource depots. 1, 2, which we will do. Check our tech. We need to upgrade that, which we do. At this point now, when this is upgrading, you cannot use any trading with the other factions. You've got to wait for it to complete. No resources this time, so we explore. We found the deep fracture. Go to deep fracture. Hopefully I left enough time for you to pause it to get that right up. I apologise if I haven't. Whoopsie. I'm sorry. Might not sound like it in my voice, but I am. Shipwrecked Camp. There's the right up. Displeased. Mouse move. There we go. Please forgive and forget. In here we are on Shipwrecked Camp. Charcoal and Sawmill. This is why we, as I said, we need to keep that warehouse now on steel. There's the advanced burners. After advanced burners, we go to radiator extensions. Ooh, lots of notifications. There we go. Shipwrecked Camp is now asking for a safe route to be completed, and hot springs are asking something else. Oh, the pit. Yep. Please help with the pit. Yes, we will. And we send them that. Where's the composting pit? Because it's only 20 wood. So we send them that. We go to Shipwrecked Camp. We build the safe depot. And then we get our construction team on the go, and we send them up to Rock Ridge. As you can see here, you've got the safe route for Shipwrecked Camp marked, and you've got the safe route for Hot Springs as well. We always do Shipwreck first because of the wood income, and then once we've done that, once we get down to natural stairs and done that, we send the construction crew, the same construction crew, over to Mountain Pass and complete this one, as you'll see later on in the video when we get that far. Scouts have found the deep structure. There's the write-up, and we found a snow rover, so let's go to the snow rover. New law. Oops. New resources, new law. As we've now done the fighting arena, we get the public house. Right, so we need to build the public house, which sits here, and additionally we build another workshop. Scouts have come home. They now go to Icy Caverns. We check on our communication with Shipwrecked Camp. Everything's out. We don't do anything, again as a reminder, with Hot Springs at the moment. We just keep Shipwrecked Camp. You also see down here you've got levels of friendship. We're aiming to get to level 5. If you get to level 5 quickly enough, before this timer goes, then you actually complete an achievement. Just FYI, if you're achievement hunting. Notice from Shipwrecked Camp. Displeased, pleased. I don't even read the writing up here. I just look at these two things and see which one will please them, and we do that one. There we go. 200 coal. Now waiting for more steel. Right, they need 75 steel. At this point, you kind of have to get that on constant. What's it? We put 5 workers in the public house. The last 5 engineers in there. Waiting for that 75 steel to come. Oh, scouts. Snow rover. Take the steel. Go to the trailer wreck. Have we got 75 steel? 78. That'll do. Build a safe route. Boom. Right up. Carry on. On to High Peak. And again, every time you go there, you'll need at least 50 wood and 75 steel. Every single time. Radiator extensions. Improved blowers are next. Which takes some steel, I know, but we need to get our heating up. As you can see, people are cold. There's a 75 steel and 50 wood, so build a safe route. 40 wood for secure the route, which we always do. And then down to natural stairs. So every time it's this one here. And I think it's that one, Mountain Pass. Or is it Rock Shelf that requires an additional 40 wood? Either, I can't remember which one it is. New law! We done the public house, so now we're on to Moonshine, which is basically alcoholic meals. Keep everyone happy. Improved blowers, from there we go to improved heaters. Shipwrecked Camp. Displeased, pleased, and click. We are waiting for more steel. We have to suspend our trading whilst we wait for the safe route to Shipwrecked Camp to be built. We then send them down to Icy Caverns because there's no new areas up there. Oh, my mouse is getting a bit laggy for some reason. We increase our wood storage. We just got enough, so oh, there we go. Safe route to Shipwrecked Camp has been done, and now we send them over to the Mountain Pass. And now, oh, cinematic. There we go. Cold homes. Let's eat some homes. Shipwrecked Camp. Great news, they send us an additional 100 wood. Awesome. On a daily basis. We no longer have to rely on sending them stuff every other day. So every 2 days we'll get a shipment of 100 wood, which is why we do Shipwrecked Camp first. Are we going to get enough steel? No! It's closed. Dang. We are 10 steel off from sending the infirmary shipment. That's fine. Food and wood. Explore the icy caverns. We found the station ruins. So we go to the station ruins. We click on this scout to meet them there. Back home to our little isle. Leave the heating on. Leave the heating on. Check our sawmill. That's got loads more wood. No, we need to get some. There we go. Boom. We'll do the second one. Improved heaters, heater efficiency. Oh, steel. Come on, 40 steel. There we go. Heater efficiency upgrade. Now we need to wait for 50 for Shipwrecked Camp. Boom. Now we wait for the 75. Displeased and pleased. There we go. Wow, wood. Oh, we need food. Eek. We're going to have to send something over to them. What do we need? Steel, steel. Oh, steel. Explore the station ruins. Take the resources. We find Winterhome ruins and Steel Bridge. We send these scouts to the Winterhome ruins, and these scouts get redirected to the Steel Bridge. Right, now we've got to wait for some more steel. That's a heater efficiency. Now we move on to coal mining. We've just got enough to send some to Hot Springs, which will hopefully give us enough food then to send to Shipwrecked Camp. And we need more steel, and we got a new law. Now we're on to child shelters, which is over here, and scouts, which have found a ton of resources from Winterhome ruins. Recognise that name from a previous scenario. Those who managed to flee left long ago, and we have no idea what happened to them. We do. Apart from some of the evacuated children who found shelter in New London, Winterhome has become a monument to their human ignorance and hubris, and its destruction is being completed by nature. Dry throat, I had to take a drink, sorry. The great storm covered the ruins with snow and ice. Only the regular patterned mounds and depressions reminds us this white shroud covers the work of human hands. Discovered children's mine and destroyed automaton. Take resources. Destroyed automaton we go. Right. Refusal to work. Let him rest. Replace it with your spare. Child shelter goes behind the two workshops. Displeased. Pleased. People arrive at Steel Bridge. Again, you've got this choice. You can save it. Sorry, I should have said before. You can save it before you come to Steel Bridge and see how this plays out. Leave them, let them work. Stop them. If we fail, the bridge will remain intact. Or chase them away and dismantle the bridge. These two have a 50-50 chance of killing your scouts. This one is completely pointless, so you either chase them away and try and dismantle the bridge for 66 steel, or you leave them and let them work. I have done both. I have found it's in my best interest to leave them and let them work, because I can't be bothered to load and save, or save and load. Right, this group then goes up to the sturdy shelter. I know they're still sat there waiting to build that thing. And in fact, right now we will do that. Bury and claim the camp. There we go. It's the first one going down there. We need to get this set up to get our regular food income. Children are cared for. We are 8. I don't think we're going to make it. This will do. We need to cover the hot house, the public house. So that one. I don't think we're going to make it. I don't think we're going to make it. Right. Wait for it to increase, and then I don't know why it sets the range setting to 2, but you have to manually go in and change the heat level to 2, which we need. Right, that gets 5. We need to build another one. Make sure they overlap slightly. And we hope that, I forgot about that quest, we hope that that one gets built in time. Destroyed automaton, we found some steel. Take the resources. Dying Springs. Right, we can now send a shipment to Shipwrecked Cove, or that place, sorry, Shipwrecked Camp. We now need some more steel. Hot Springs. Displeased, please. Which causes us some discontent sometimes. No, there we go. Oh, we just about did it. Right, don't forget to go in and upgrade the heat level. Not that one. Oh, we can do that one as well. Sturdy shelter, sad ending, some write up. We take the wood and we head home. We go into the construction crew. We build the safe route. There's a write up. We carry on and we have got one more. The rock shelf. We're not going to have enough steel, I don't think, before the 24-hour work ends. So close. Oh, we did. We got there just. Build a safe route. That's a safe route to Hot Springs done. We now send the construction crew over to Children's Mine. New law. And we are doing engineer apprentices on this one. There we go. Hot Springs. 50 raw do will be spent every other day, so we can now start building up our food resources, and we build a steam coal mine. Hopefully we've got enough to build an actual coal mine. We do, so we plant that down. You can only build one. What we do now is pause. Excuse me, pause. We've got to build a few tents here to get the path in the correct place. So we just build those tents there. And then we path through them to the infirmary. And then we build the path up here. At the same time, we build a brazier if we had enough steel. Explore the Dying Springs. There's nothing found there. There's the right up there. No new areas. So that is a dead end. We go down to the Grove of Bones and we continue on with our journey. There it goes. There's all that lot being built. We have now got enough to build a brazier here and here. We build those first and then we build one there to cover all those. Right, remember to turn the heat setting to 2, and on the one next to the coal mine you turn the range setting down to 1. This one it goes up to heat setting 2, and then we wait. Turn this one up to heat setting 2. There we go. Go into the coal mine, put them in there, turn the heating on in the coal mine. That now gives us in our coal, which bounces up and down quite a bit. Shipwrecked Cove. Don't talk about this, please. Let the locals know. Displeased. We don't talk about it. Thank you very much. Steam coal mine has been built, and at that point we go over to our warehouse. Insulation. Get that upgraded. There's our scouts returned. That went all the way around the back of the map. And we can then disband them. I should have dismantled that overnight. That's alright. We'll put the heating on for now to keep them nice and warm in there. There's the end of the day. We can dismantle that one. We build the steam coal mine, and additionally at the same time we set this heater to the standard work hours, so it's not on all the time. It's the only one we can do that with, and it saves us some coal. Right, so now we've got to build the sawmill to cover that last bit of wood there. Path it. There we go. And off we go. Check on what we're up to. Our food situation is okay. We've got over 100 steel, so we send that. We send that to Hot Springs. Switch into Shipwrecked Cove. Send the 80 with food. And off we go. Our steam coal mine is upgraded, so this now becomes coal. Our workers explore the Grave of Bones for some wood. There's the write-up. No new areas are found, so we then finally send our scouts to Children's Mine. The idea is by the time we get to Children's Mine, at least one of these are on level 5 friendship, and there is nothing else to send them. Unfortunately, we're a bit behind with Shipwrecked Camp because we need this, and it is steam cores that we are missing. So we switch over quickly to steam cores, and switch on the 24 hours. We need the steam cores. Now, oh, unfortunately, we mistimed the coal, so that's upset everyone, and it broke our promise as well. About 2 hours before the temperature went up. Oh, so frustrating. Right, we can't do anything with those. They've just arrived at children's camp. They need the scout group to go there first. We've just done our army installation. From there we do our resource depot upgrade and a new law, which is sustain life. Oh, hot springs. Displeased. Please set up joint watch. What do they need for that? Anything? Yep. We're waiting for this. We need 5 engineers, 3, and steel. Well, we're not going to get the steel because we're not doing steel at the moment. So we go in here. We can do that one. So we send that over. That's fine. Shipwrecked Camp. Medical report. I see. And now we have no steel, so we can't do anything. We just wait. We just wait. Right, that's our scout group finally to Children's Mine. Explore. We go inside. It turns out that the mining corridors reaching deep under the permafrost give shelter to dozens of children, accompanied by a handful of old and frail people. The mining machines broke long ago. Now the coal is being extracted by kids whose small stature allows them to traverse the tunnels easily. The children are proud that they manage on their own and reject our suggestion to move. We can help them by improving their living conditions in return for coal. We will support them. Now this scout group head home. We go to the construction team and build a trading post. There we go, that's that done, and we've got now 10 days to get, I've forgotten the name, Hot Springs to level 5 and the children home to level 5 happiness. There they are, that's great. We now have children's home up here. We can send the 50 food straight away. Click in here. They're waiting for steel and engineers, which we can do. Once this 24-hour period is done, we will switch over to steel. It's around about 3 AM, somewhere around here it'll end. There we go, switch over to steel. Boom. This is the next one we need to do. This is our next target. New law. Care house. Now the care house needs to fit somewhere where there's existing heating, which is usually, yeah, there we go, just behind the infirmaries. Right, I know just use steel, but we need to get that done to keep our discontent low and our happiness high. Care house promise fulfilled. Back in here, we're keeping an eye on that steel. We want 100 steel, please. Hot springs. Right. Hot Springs will be displeased. Hot Springs' favour will be exhausted. Hot Springs will be pleased. Don't exhaust their favour, so we blame the unstable geyser. Come on, 100. There's the 100. Right, we've got 100 steel. So now what we do, because we don't have any engineers spare, we look to see where they are. We take 5 out of one of the infirmaries, because they're not doing anything. There isn't any people, which will now allow us to send all that lot over to Shipwrecked Cove, and then we go into Hot Springs, and we're now waiting to finish this one off. In comes our last scout group, which we can then disband. Oops, I forgot to put people in this. I do that on that one so often. Don't forget to put your people in your sawmill. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is we'll send helping hands, because that'll get rid of 20 people, and then we'll do comfortable housing, and now waiting for 120 steel. at this juncture, the army warehouse is pretty much on 24-hour shift all of the time. All the time. As soon as it comes off, you're hitting it again. You just need so much steel at this part of the game. Shipwrecked Camp is now done. They'll have no more tasks. If you ever go below 200 wood, start sending them resources. That's the only thing. That is a thing you need to do. We need 120 steel for here. What does Shipwreck Cove need? They need 5 more engineers. So we now take them out of the other hospital. Might as well send them that. There we go. Right, now the next thing is to literally wait for hot springs. We need the 120 wood. We can't do anything else now. We ignore everything else. The only thing we need to concentrate on is getting that 120 steel to hot springs. Exhausted, displeased. Discontent will rise. Hot springs will be pleased. There we go. That is the option. Come on, 120 wood. Let's go. Wood. Steel. There it is. Boom. Right, now we're on to Shipwreck Camp. Heat the sawmill. Whoops. We now have a new law, so we'll do that first. Extra rations for the ill. Dink. And now we do the shipwreck thing. Displeased. Pleased. Proper houses. I always tend to do the lowest ones first. Oh, just move my headset, I've got itch. There we go. Hot springs. Displeased. Pleased. 75 steel. What we're waiting for. There it is. Off it goes. Right, and we need to build another resource depot for our amount of food. Slide it in there, and we'll build another one later. Hot springs. Discontent will fall. Favour will be exhausted. Displeased? No. Discontent will rise. Hot springs will be pleased. Yes. They're done. Hot springs are at level 4 at the moment, but they should go up to level 5 when they get their delivery. Waiting for get food uptake done. There it is. Displeased. Displeased. Please do nothing. Right, that'll give us new stuff. Wood and resources. More speed. Oh, what we got now? This would benefit everyone. We've got to do it now because we need the 50 steel to get a construction team going. Hot springs. Right, that's it. Hot springs are now done. There's the write-up for it. Carry on. They are allowed. There you go. See? That's the tick. That's the level 5. We need to get that with our children's home. Safety route depot upgrade. You don't actually have to complete the depot. There's no other helpful laws to pass now, so we are done. That'll just escape out of that. So we are now waiting for more steel for the shaft expansion. Children's home. Displeased, pleased. Come on. Oh my days, another again. Glad we could help. Another reason why I leave this one to last. It has got the most pop-ups. Can we get the 100? Should have enough. Come on. Give us the 100. Give us that. There it is. Boom. Shaft expansion. Right, there we go. 14 workers, no engineers spare. Aha! The sawmill is now finished, so we can disconnect all of that, dismantle that, and get rid of this road. All the way back down to there. There we go. That gives us more wood. Why is that very cold? Because it's a bunkhouse. Haven't you? Oh, misjudged it. Look. Look how close that was. Ah, dismantle it. Right, now we've got to do rebuild. I hate doing this. Right, we need it there. That's better. There we go. That should get all of them all now. But again, we've got to go in and switch to level 2. That's better. Turn the heating on in the cookhouse. Shipwrecked Camp again. Oh, children's mine again. Displeased. Placement work first, pleased. Oh, yeah, I always do this one. So placement, send replacement and equip the kids for the trip. Go. Displeased, pleased. There's the write-up. Now we need more. What's it? Steam cores. Why did the heat? Oh, because we run out of what's this? Didn't we? Right. Now we need to make some steam cores. So we're not going to use the emergency shift. We are just going to create some steam cores. Lots and lots of steam cores. It's always a bit iffy trying to get the children's mine. Be so careful. Alright, what have we got in there? Wood we need, coal we need, steel. Change that to coal for now. We haven't got enough steel to do anything at the moment. 1. Come on, give us the 2 we need. 2, switch to steel. Boom, done. That's the 2. Now I need another 100 steel. Displeased, pleased. There's the write-up. We're doing really well for wood. Food's okay. Children returned. There's a write-up. I see. Make that 150 steel now. That's the end of the normal day. Put it on overtime. Get that steel going. Come on, 150. Come on. Hate this bit. There we go. Now I need 50 for the construction. Oh, we haven't got workers. We need 10 workers. Where are we going to find those? We've got 4. That'll give us 5. We need 3 in the cookhouse. Take the others. I'm only going to go down to 2. There we go. We've got our 10 workers. So now, not that one, not that one. What are we waiting for? Construction crew. Oh, we've got enough. Go. Right. Off they go. Boom. Again, so now we're on the 75 wood. Our wood's getting low, so I'll send some resources to them. Our food's getting low. Send some resources to them. We're waiting on steel. Again. Oh, we've got a notification. No to thanks, child shelter. It was the right thing to do. 75 steel, please. Thank you very much. Build a safe route. Carry on. Down to the Lonely Rock. Children's mine. Displeased. Pleased. Don't give me anything else to do in there. No, they're not off. Not sure what we're waiting for, or they might just be waiting for the deliveries. 82, great. Build safe route. Carry on. Gloomy Hills. This is the one where you're going to need 90 wood, which we have. Notification. I see. We did it. We did it. Oh. Now, I already have this achievement. I just like chasing it, and every time I play the scenario, I've got 3 days. Yep, we should be fine. There we go. We need the steel, which we don't quite have. That'll come from them shortly. We can't do much now. It's waiting period. At this juncture, what I tend to do, because of the sheer amount of coal we got, we just go through and turn on the heating everywhere. This should have been done ages ago. I just forgot, because you get to a point now where you just have too much coal. All the coal coming from Children's Mine, plus the mass amount of coal from the steam thing. So we turn all the heaters on at 24 hours, make sure they're on level 2.2, 2.2. Everywhere you can see a heater, make sure it's 24 hours and 2.2. That's 2.2. There's one over here, not there. Zoom in if you have to find it. It is... We didn't build one! Oh no! We've got to build a brazier for the warehouse, that's why we're having problems. Whoops-a-daisy, I forgot to do that. 24 hours 2.2, right, okay. Heating on the public warehouse, heating should be on the cookhouse, yep. You can't turn heating on in either of these buildings for some reason, I don't know why, but you just can't do it. Right, there we go. Now we are waiting. We are just waiting for steel. There we go. Gloomy Hills, trigger the avalanche. Now we can send them home. They're going to be home in 13 hours. The confrontation's in 2 days, 22. Great news, they'll send us 100 coal every other day. Not that we need it. At this point we are just... Why does my mouse keep doing that? Building the resources to contain our thing. I see. We won't have... Do we have any new? No, we don't. Okay, that's fine. Right. We are running low on wood, so once again we send them out for wood. More coal storage. They have returned home, so we now can disband them, giving us our workers back, which now need to just be spread through the remaining buildings with 4 left over. Right, and now we need to build some insulation. Now we've done all that, we can start spending little bits on tiny areas. We've also got a few tents in here, so they all need to be upgraded to bunkhouses. Well, not really. They're not. Just not asking us to do it. So there's a cookhouse insulation. We do the healthcare insulation. We now need a safe deposit depot for our steel. Children returned. There's a write-up. I see. That should be built fairly soon, hopefully. Come on, come on, come on. Pause game. Oh, we've got a notification. What's this? Cold homes. Let's heat some homes. We'll do that in a minute. Right. Wait for the coal mine. There it is. Close. Switch over to steam cores. Wait for the switch to be completed. Then hit 24 hours. Now we build our bunkhouses. We need 5 steam cores for later gameplay. Healthcare installation has been completed. After that we come down to house. And house redesign. Displeased? Pleased? There's the write-up. Another notification. New Londoners are coming. Right up. We must wait. There's the 5. So now we switch over to steel. There we go. We are waiting for house redesign before we can do anything else. Oh, cinematic. I forgot about this one. Trouble in New London. That's no punitive expedition. These are ordinary people. Their delegates are here to ask for help. We fled the hunger and chaos of New London. Everything is falling apart there. Healthcare, coal supply, even the generator. The administration just argues over what to do and no decisions are made. Help us, please. You're our only hope. Some of our people, recognizing their friends and relatives among the refugees, are embracing them and taking them home. We have no choice. We must welcome them. Of course. Okay, got a slight change in discontent and happiness there, and we've got 10 gravely sick people. We've also got some more engineers, so we can put 5 in there. And in both we activate extra food for the ill, and we get this notification. Outpost 11, we heard some people from our city have reached you. What they tell you is mostly true. We lost some crops, had a food shortage, used sawdust, had labour shortages, then a generator malfunction, and things got out of control. To prevent panic, we tried to cover up the scale of the crisis. That's why we didn't tell you. We urgently need resources and people. Our relations weren't good recently, but please, can you help us? New London can't fall. We'll think about it, matey. Right, so then we got to consult with Hot Springs, Children's Mine, Shipwrecked Camp, and answer New London. So we go to Shipwrecked Camp, we communicate, we ask us if they can help. They give us this write-up, we thank them. We never mind and farewell. Back in here, go to Hot Springs and repeat the process. Communicate, you help us, thank you, never mind, and farewell. And do it again for Children's Mine. Communicate, can you help us? There's the write-up, thank you, never mind, farewell. Again, just to repeat myself, I doing those options to get through the scenario as quickly as possible. If you want to talk, choose other options and have a bit of a tinker, please feel free to do so. I've got no spare engineers. Right, okay, so what we've got to build now, we've got the houses. Have we got, yes we have. Oh no, house redesign, almost. Time to decide. New London is collapsing and we don't have much time to reach a decision. Before we do it, we can consult with other settlements, which already promised not to make any requests until this is over, and we should listen to our people. What we do now will change the future, not only for us, but for all people in Frostland. Okay? Fate of New London. How quickly the mood changes. We were ready to fight New London. Now, many want to help them despite the huge cost. After all, people still have friends and relatives there. On the other hand, if we let New London fail, we could take full control of it, although many of its inhabitants would die. We'd also have to prepare for a massive wave of refugees. I need to think about it. Again, I wait until the timer runs out, just to gather more resources more than anything else. Try and get our sick cured and try and hit this quest, which is going to be a bit close because we've got that and now we need to build 7 houses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is what we will build, and we'll leave it there for now. Research purposes wise, we go down to automatic prototyping and immediately send out for more wood. And this should be on steel. It is. Good. It's gonna. I don't think we're gonna make it. That's that one. Right. New London. We can't endure much longer. Hear us out. We beg you. We treated you badly, misled you, and we were wrong. Although we still believe we are one people, we will respect your autonomy if you save our city. If you receive, many will die, but many more will flee to your outposts and every other settlement they can get to. You can't possibly accommodate them all. So many lives are at stake. Please, don't forsake them. What is your answer? You have two choices here. They have different outcomes with different storylines and different needs and requirements. We've got the basics done. We've got some wood, we've got a mass amount of steel, and we've got 5 steel cores already done. And we have got so much coal, it's unbelievable. So we've got a basis of infrastructure. You can choose either one and play it out from there. I'm indecisive right now. I think I might play through, or do I end the video? It's an hour 45. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to end the video right there. I'm not going to show you what happens in the scenario. If you're playing this scenario, you're already hooked in the scenario. You've got a good basis of what to do, and because they are, whichever way you answer vastly differs to your gameplay and the outcome, I'm going to let you decide what you do, if you so wish to buy the DLC and help 11-bit studios with their upcoming new game Frostpunk 2. This is not a paid promotion. I love this game and I love the studio. But yeah, thanks for watching. I know this has been a bit of a long one. I wish you good well on your playthrough of this one. I don't know when I'll do the last scenario that's left. The last DLC is really difficult to get through, easy on the easiest level, so I'm not sure when I'm going to be in the right mood to play through that. So ultimately it comes down to how my Path of Exile gaming goes, really, and how well I'm doing. I'm not doing too well today. I've been ill, and the loss of time because the United Kingdom clocks changed. I've lost an hour's sleep, which plays havoc with me. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Good luck on your adventures in Frostland. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.